like we just going to each house, like because you know we're going about 8 houses, different developments, flips, new constructions. Each house is different, so you're gonna learn something new at each one. Like this one was a full gut. Union a full gut. Holiday Hills, that's a you know regular flip. You know, then we got Crawford, that's a new construction. We got 2 development deals, so you know it's gonna be you're gonna get it all.
So
so this is what the kitchen gonna be. You know, we had to frame this out so refrigerator can go right there in that little nook.
Right.
Pull the money out and jump the crib.
Yeah.
Then I gotta pay taxes on that money.
Yeah. See, that was somebody was trying to tell me to do, but I told him I ain't gonna do that until I get my money right.
Yeah. So now that's the play. You flip till you get the bread up.
Yeah.
Then, you know what I'm saying? You know, we talking about this. Yeah. But yeah, so quick.
Yeah.
I like that shit. We on contract. Like, cause that's what I need.
Yeah.
I'm talking about he can pull this shit up in like 3 weeks. Cause I ain't been back in like a month. Yeah. When I come back, it's a whole house right there. Who the agent on that house?
On the other one?
Yeah, on the one with the multiple offers. I'm trying to see if I know what did a deal with him. That's how you leverage that shit out too, you know what I'm saying?
You say it again, bro. How you say you leverage it out?
Andy Holt.
I ain't know. Yeah, so like, you know, the house that we want to see next got multiple offers on it. Go ahead.
I'm gonna go around the back.
Okay. The house, it got multiple offers on it, so first thing I'm thinking, like, who's the agent on it, see if I got a relationship with him. And if I do, you know, I'm just gonna go to him like, hey, what is gonna take for me to win this offer?
Mm-hmm.
You know, escalation clause, give up my commission, whatever it needs to be. Because at the end of the day, on a $60,000 house, commission on that gonna be about $1,500. But if he get the house and flip it, he could probably make 40, 50, 60,000. You know, so we thinking down the road, you can get this 1,500 a day. We just need the house. You know what I'm talking about? Bathroom. Hey, you gotta get that. Motherfucker created him a bathroom. You can't
Let me see that light in there. Oh yeah, he made one for real.
They say this shit getting down to me one way or the other.
For real. Yeah, leave.
You gonna have to put another 50 in it. You at 130, you can't sell it to nobody. Capped out.
Exactly.
It's a 2-1.
Yeah. That's exactly everything need to be done.
What we got on this one? What we got on this one, bro? Tell us the rundown.
So this is a 2-1. She told me the price 85. I automatically think it's overpriced. Then he got, you know, foundation issues. I tell anybody, like this is my partner about to be looking at. But I tell anybody, man, if you new, man, you don't need to be doing nothing with no foundation on the first one. That shit gonna be a headache.
Foundation problem.
Yeah.
Foundation problems.
Even for a seasoned investor, man, you don't want to deal with that because you can never really get it 100%. You can just get it the best it can be. You know what I'm saying? So they can cut down half your buyer pool right there. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you have to ask them how you feel about it, but I would pass on it.
Yeah, that's me too. I already seen that. It's too much. Like you said, 85. I'm looking at everything complete good.
Yeah.
Everything.
We just left East Lake.
Yeah. That's complete good. Everything. Windows, roof, electrical, plumbing.
Check out that one on Riverside.
Yeah, give me the rundown on this one.
From the outside, looking in, it's perfect.
Perfect. Okay.
It's brick.
We
Yeah.
ain't seen the
It's
pictures.
looking good.
I don't want to speak too soon before we go in. Yeah, they fucked up.
I watched everything. It's everything. You gonna need everything.
Hey, I just be, when a house brick, it already passed the first test.
That's me too.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why I said.
Now we got to go inside and really see what it
Show me the
is.
brick. I like brick stuff.
See, that's another thing. Like when you got them openings like that, that means it's just raining in here. So then you got mold because it ain't being treated. So, you know, once it get wet, that mold gonna get in here and it's gonna spread.
You can see the mold on the wall.
Yeah. So new electrical on 1,600 square feet. I would guesstimate about $3.50, $3.75. That should come up around 10,000. 10, 12. Plumbing gonna be probably another. New bathroom. That's gonna be. This is a smaller one, so you probably get away with about 4 or 5 racks in there. So. Like this bathroom right here, probably 8,000 or less. You know what I'm saying? New vanity, new toilet, new shower, tile to shower, and new tile plus the plumbing. Yeah, and then you got the kitchen right here. New cabinets, new granite, new sink, new windows. I wouldn't do a ceiling fan in the kitchen. I think that's old school.
Yeah.
But I'll put some like nice recessed lights or a light bar. You know what I'm saying? Strip all this paneling down. All this old 80s shit. This paneling, I'll strip all that down. Put new sheetrock, new fixtures. Your electrical panel good, but you still gotta change your electrical. Take out all these air conditioning units because we're going to put the HVAC in there. And I will also update those knobs so it's not rusted and all that. Just update them. But yeah, so we add all that up, man. So when you add up everything that it's going to need, add it up with the price. So let's say after everything we added up, it was $70,000. They want 60 for it, so we all in at 130. The ARV, I ain't even ran the comps, but I can tell by the area, you can at least get 230. So you get a $100,000 spread, but you still ain't factored in expenses. You know what I'm saying? So let's take that down to 70. That's still a win. You know, I always say too, like on your first one, a break even is a win. Cause you got the knowledge, you ain't gonna never lose that. On that first one, a break even is a win. They want 59, they got multiple offers out coming at 70. With an escalation clause up to 75. You know. But like this brick house in this area, this area always been this area ever since we were little. So this shit ain't going nowhere. It's a brick house. You're gonna have it renovated. You know, then you got life on all your electrical, your plumbing, your flooring. You know, you got a couple years on everything before stuff start going out again. Even when you ain't got a property in mind, just to keep the motion going and the momentum, I'll be calling them lenders anyway. Just learning the hard money game. Yeah, this shit gotta come down.
Yeah, you gonna tell them the thing that what he said about the dick.
Yeah.
You already had it.
Yeah. Cause that'd be tight. You got a nice little backyard out there on that bullshit in the back.
Yeah, but the separation fence.
Yeah. I put up like a little privacy fence. Like they already did the work. So from there to here, you know, shit,
You
that's
gonna
gonna
have
be
your
about
bedroom.
2,500. If that.
If that be your bedroom, you gonna make this a master.
Yeah.
If you wanna keep something like this, the sliding door or whatever, you gotta put a privacy fence right here.
Yeah. Get your 7 days due diligence, and I would always get an inspection. Spend that little extra $300 for that peace of mind, cause we just walk through it eyeballing it. Like I can call all this shit out, but I still get inspections on mine, cause I ain't getting on the roof. I ain't going up under the house. And I know enough about electrical and plumbing to be dangerous, but the inspector knows everything to look at.
All right, so what you think about this property right here? And then we done seen it now. What's the verdict?
I think I like it. I think he should put an offer on it. Like I said, I ain't ran the comps yet, but I know you can at least get 230. And when we did the ballpark numbers, we was all in 130. 70 to buy, 60 for the rent on. You know, so
It's a good one.
he gonna put an offer in on it. And he get the ball rolling. Just jump out there. Really ain't got nothing to lose. So this one right here, this is the numbers on this one. This one we got this lot. It was a house on it. It was an old ass house on it. I had to tear it down myself. Bought the lot for $7,500. Cost me another probably $7,500 to knock it down with the dumpsters and all that shit was hella dumpsters. So we all in at what, 14, 15? Let's say we all in at 15,000. To build this joint right here, probably about 100 to build it. So I'm all in at 115, sell it for 199. You know.
You know, the gonna do the outside.
I mean, we gotta put the sign on. So look, so the city and the county own this lot. I've been trying to get it, but the city and the county own it half and half. So instead of just talking to the city or the county, you gotta talk to both of them. They both was willing to sell it to me. But the last mayor, I guess he lost the license he let something expire to where they can't sell the houses that they got. So the city's just really sitting on the houses that they can't even sell till they get reinstated on that. So we got the rough end plumbing done. We got the framing done. The next thing on this new construction is gonna be the electrical, the rough end electrical. Then we're gonna insulate it. Once we pass the insulation inspection, we're gonna sheetrock it. Once we sheetrock it, they come do the trim out plumbing and the trim out electrical. You know what I'm saying? So then once all that's done, we start putting the cabinets and the flooring and all that shit. This is 3-2 new construction. Yup, that's the bedroom, that's the bathroom. Bedroom. And the master got a bathroom. Yeah, so this is the master. The master got a bathroom. You know, this is one of them, and then you got the master closet. This is one of them cookie cutter, like, one of them basic, you know, bills. Like, you couldn't go extravagant out here because you're gonna get the money back. Like, you gotta build based on what the area is. Like, on the next one we going to the siding I'm putting on that, or I just put the siding on that. That's hardy side. But over here I'm putting vinyl because that's what the area called for. You know what I'm saying? And it looks like they already done started on the installation. So they already done started, so they, you know, they moving. Also to the windows. Windows, you know, shit, they're gonna ring about $2,000-3,000 too.
That's for all of them, right?
Yeah.
How long you been on this one?
Man, well, shit, we just started it, man. I've had it over a year. But you know, shit, when you dealing with multiple projects, you gotta go with what, you know, the more important ones first. I ain't saying this one wasn't important, but we ain't had no holding costs. Cause we bought the land outright. Well, when we tore down the house on it. So I ain't had no holding costs. But so I put this on the shelf a little bit so I can get everything off that I had hard money loans on, private lenders and all that, because you gotta get them paid off.
So you doing this all your own then?
Yeah.
This all you?
Yeah. Oh no! I got a lender.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So what I did was I bought it cash and then I refinanced out of it.
Okay.
So I'm just paying a refinance holding cost.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it
Once
is
you
the
start
business.
working on it though.
Yeah.
You did it.
Yeah.
You bought it out cash, you said
Yeah, and then I refinanced. So now they gave my money back when I do the loan draw.
Right.
So the framing on this was $15,000.
Right.
I put up 15. They come check the work, make sure everything done. They give me 15 back.
Right.
You know, minus inspection fee and all that shit.
Right.
So yeah.
So this is going all the way out.
Well, now this right here is basically starting the kitchen.
Okay.
So like this gonna be like open concept. This the kitchen. This the living room.
Right.
Like this your basic cookie cutter type crib.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The next one, the one we go to on Crawford, that one gonna be like $329. You gonna see the difference.
Yeah.
Like this right here, anything under 200 in this market, it's gonna be flying off the shelves because everything hot.
Right.
Like even in chat, bro. Like I remember chat used to be cheap.
Yeah.
Atlanta used to be cheap.
Yeah.
But shit, not no more. Everything catching up. You know, once it's supply and demand, everybody start moving there. They drive the price up.
Right.
Sellers market drive the price up.
Right.
You know, so
Right now, everybody says this is a good seller market.
yeah. So you know,
This is about on the other house when you look something like this, you know.
which one?
The one we just left.
Yeah.
Something like this, I think.
Yeah, after you finish it, yeah.
Gut it
Because
out.
you gotta, once you gut everything,
Right.
man, it's just gonna be like a brand, like not brand new, but like once you get them past all the surprises,
Right.
open up the walls. It can't be a surprise because we know the floors and we know new electrical, new plumbing.
Right.
So everything is stripped out anyway.
Right.
You know, really don't know how to leverage. Like, if you only got 40,000, you might be thinking you can only do one house.
Right.
But if you use leverage, you probably can get two out of it.
And so what you mean by leverage? What you mean?
Like a hard money loan,
Right.
private money loan,
Right.
or a bank loan if your credit like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Then once you get the goal is to start getting the bank money. But right now, until you build your track record, you got to use the hard money. Then you can go into the bank with your portfolio like, hey, I done flipped 20 houses in the last 36 months. Like, you know, this is what we made. This is my balance sheet.
Right.
I need a line of credit of 500,000.
Right. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So the bank money better than
Yeah, because the interest rate cheaper.
Okay.
Hard money, you looking at 8 to 12.
Right.
Probably 15, depending on who you're dealing with.
Right.
The bank gonna be 3, 4, 5%. You know what I'm saying? And you know, shit, them that add up.
Add up, yeah.
You know what I'm
Add
saying?
up.
So like the goal is to get that bank money, but to get the game started, you know, you can use hard money. And then private money, the best money to get, because you can really set your own terms.
Right.
Private money just, hey, I got an uncle that got a little paper. He a doctor. He don't got time, but he want to be in real estate.
Right.
So you could be in real estate by not actually being in real estate.
Right.
Just lend me the money, I give you a return on your money. Or depending on how much money you put up, you might can get some equity. Like if you put up the whole thing, I give you a little equity piece. Cause now I ain't even gotta go through nobody, I gotta deal with one person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But like, let's say somebody give me 25,000. I'm like, I give you 12% return. You can't get that nowhere else. Hell, the hard money lender charging 12%. It gotta be good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The bank ain't giving you not even 1%. So that's, once you learn the leverage side, bruh, all this shit will start tying in and making sense. Because that 40,000 that somebody may have or you may have, you can be like, damn, man, you can do 2 deals.
Right.
And like I said, you might could be able to squeeze 3 out of it.
Depends on what you get the next in the last house.
Yeah. You know, so it just, and all this shit may sound foreign to somebody who new, but the more you stick with it, shit gonna start sounding familiar.
Right.
You be like, oh yeah, that's what we were talking about. Oh, and you might be by yourself. Like, oh, that's what, oh, okay, you start putting the shit together.
a lot of that what you saying now, like I read some of them books that you sent me while I was in. So like now you speaking, that's why I'm able to say something before you finish your sentence.
Yeah.
Oh, this is
Hey, I like bro ain't too far off.
Yeah.
Bro know his shit, dog. I like bro. Like he was like, I'm gonna flip first, get my money up, then I'm gonna start holding. I like, damn, nigga, that's what I was doing.
Hey, you did that.
Yeah.
Some of them books you was sending me in there, I read.
Yeah.
You had that new black read in there, but I read it. Like you said, some of the shit that you saying now, oh yeah, that was in that book, that was in this one. I remember this book. Yeah. So like I said, you gotta hit the ground running with it, that's all.
Yeah. Let's hit the car wash.
Alright.
So look, this is the layout right here. So that's gonna be a strip center right there.
Okay.
That's what we're gonna build back the car wash and them the machines. So it's gonna be 2 where you can ride through the machine, and then 2 where you can wash it yourself.
Okay.
And then that's the vacuums and you know, all the arrows and shit. That's how they enter and exit. And like my architect did all this, right? So now we take it to the city and they make sure that shit feasible. You know what I'm saying?
So what you mean, like a strip? Where they can put stores or something?
Yeah. Like you know, you probably gonna have motherfucking a phone company. You got a pharmacy on one end. You know, you got your hair salon. Like you know what I'm saying? Different little businesses in the strip mall.
Right.
And then the way we doing it is, when you leave the car wash, you gotta go through there. So it's like one business filtering you to the other one.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then I had to. So this another trick I want to tell y'all that I'm doing. So with this land, right? So we about at least another 4-5 months before we can stick a shovel in the ground.
Right.
We gotta get approvals. We gotta get all our entitlements and all that. So while I got this land, you see them 2 flags right there?
Right.
I went to fast signs. I got a big ass sign letting people know I buy houses, land. So the land gonna bring me more deals while I'm waiting to build.
Right.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
gonna put a sign right there.
Yeah. So it's gonna be a sign right there. It's gonna be up next Friday. You'll see it. And now I'm getting calls to buy more property. So this land gonna be working for me while I'm You know what I'm saying?
And they can't come take it down.
Right now, because they already called 811 and it's approved.
Right.
You know, so
I know some of them people they be coming out, they buy houses, sign.
yeah, but this gonna be like a real sign.
Okay.
Yeah. So this gonna be like a real sign. You can't pull it up, you know what I'm saying? So
Alright, so what's this gonna be again? So explain this is.
So this right here is gonna be a strip mall in the grass area. And what we standing at right now is gonna be like a car wash. We did a traffic count. We did a traffic count right there at that intersection. 14,000 cars pass that intersection every day. So when we did the pro forma, they were like, man, you probably at least get a little bit less than 1% of that traffic. That equals up to like 120 car washes a day. And then once you factor in that, you know, car wash, let's say on the low end, car wash gonna be $12. You know, you do the math on that. You know, that's gonna, and you know, you do the math on that, and then you do the expenses and all that. So the pro forma says the car wash probably make $15,000 a month. Let's say expenses gonna be 40% of that. So you probably cash flowing probably like $8,000-9,000 a month. You know, if it stay booming, which it will, because I went to the car wash conference. Like I ain't know shit about car washes. This shit kind of fell in my lap. So I was like, man, I might well just build, because my initial plan was to just have this whole thing, a big ass strip center. And then my architect was like, you know, maybe mix it up, you know what I'm saying? Build another car wash and have retail so you don't just only have retail. Because right now with Corona, people not really coming out. A lot of people shopping online and shit. So that was like, okay, I agree with you on that. So I'm gonna build a car wash, but I ain't know nothing about car washes. So what I do, I went to Vegas. I put the money up, I went to Vegas, I went to the car wash show. I went to the motherfuckers who knew about car washes. And now I got them in my Rolodex, I'm on the phone with them, I'm on the email with them. They talking to me about the machines. They talking to me about, you know, what it could possibly make and all that. Like I done learned so much in the last couple months just by going to that car wash conference. But that's the thing though, you gotta be willing to go get the game. Like, I know I don't know everything. But I Googled, hey, when the next car wash show? Boom, okay, November, I'm there. Went out there one day, got all the contacts I needed, kept up with them. Now we on the phone, and you know, this shit finna come to life.
And then car wash too is making money while you're at, like you said, the real estate. I mean, the retail.
Yeah.
It might be 6 months before you get anybody who want to rent your what's name, rent your stalls, your stores out.
Yeah.
But that car wash every day, especially saying them hands-free. A lot of these hands-free car washes popping up everywhere.
Yeah.
And people ain't trying to do that. But this spot right here though, for a car wash, this used to be the meeting right though.
Yeah.
You think about it, they done closed the other car wash.
Yeah.
They want too much for that.
I tried to buy it.
They wanted $230 or something like that for it.
I offered him $190.
Yeah. He wouldn't go.
Yeah, he wouldn't go.
He wouldn't go. I offered $190. I think it was $150.
Yeah.
Or something like that. I'm like, man, the area, the $230 is not.
Yeah,
not a good,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I thought about just buying it for the real estate.
Yeah.
I thought about it just buying it for the real estate and knocking it down, but I was like, this opportunity came up, and I know what's going on over here, man. They got that paint plant coming.
Right.
They already just built. That's a brand new recreation center right there. You know, quiet as it's kept. I put an offer in on that salon too, so I'm trying to get this whole corridor.
And who?
That salon.
Oh, right there, right there.
Yeah. So
It's for sale right there.
on the low.
Okay.
It ain't. Yeah. Cause I know the agent.
Right.
And that's another thing too, Gerald. OG, like these agents, man, you gotta get these relationships with them. Like old girl, I just met her. I'm already trying to talk business. Like, hey, you know, shit, let's do something together. Or, you know, put me on your short list. When you get deals, send them to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or send them to you. You know what I'm saying? So like every time you meet somebody that's in real estate, half of them probably won't do it, but you have enough of them conversations, you're gonna start getting emails.
Right.
Yeah, so like, I got this land right here, man. It was a sign in the yard. And like, I don't even stay here. You know, I come up here, you know, this home, but I live in Atlanta. So ain't no telling how long this sign was out here before I seen it. People just riding by money. That's what I'm saying, you gotta be able to recognize the deal. So one time I rolled by, I took a picture of it, I'm gonna keep it real, I didn't call. Next time I come up here, I see the sign, I'm like, damn, I ain't called last time, let me call. Like, hey, how much y'all want for the land? He said 50,000. Shit, I was like, that's a good deal. I just paid 30 for a residential lot. So I was like, 50 for the commercial? I'm doing it. Then once I got this under contract, the guy that owned this lot, it was two separate sellers. The guy that owned this lot called the agent, and he was like, I want to sell my lot too.
Right.
Get what the agent did. He ain't put it on the market, he called me. He said, you want to get the one next to it? I said, hell yeah. So that's how it came about. But you have to take that initial action to get on the phone and call. Like, did nobody have to tell you to call? Like, you just gotta do it. But now you got a development play going. You got a multi-million-dollar development play going that's gonna change your whole, you know, trajectory. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all learn nothing from this video, man, take action. You know, thinking about it and almost want to do it, that shit ain't gonna put no points on the board. Man, you gotta shoot. You can't be scared to miss. You crazy? You gotta shoot.
Yeah.
So this is Highland Park flip. Man, this the house I've been talking about all the time. This is the triplex we had to turn. We had to transform into a single family. We had to reframe it at the height of lumber prices, which made it expensive. Rough numbers, we was originally supposed to clear like $275 off this property. Probably only gonna clear right at 2 or a little under 2. So bought it for $135. It was in bad condition. I even thought about knocking it down and just building a new one. That's how bad it was. But this is real estate 101. This was the worst house on the best block. We right across from a park. This area easily gets 500 and 600. We bought it for 135. We had a budget for 150. Probably gonna end up putting 170 in it. So we all in 300, right? It's under contract right now for 485, and it's not even finished. I could have waited till it was completed and went 525 like I really wanted it. But this is the thing, those numbers can be tricky, right? The numbers can lie sometimes because I got this under contract with somebody who doesn't have an agent. So we saved $30,000 on realtor fees right off the rip. Like this guy, I'm representing the buyer. So instead of paying a buyer's fee of 3% out of our pockets, I'm only charging myself 1.5% to represent the buyer. See what I'm saying? So we saved probably $27,000 just by doing that. And when you add the numbers up, we would have been right where we would have been if we would have listed for $525. But for headache purposes, I can sleep at night knowing that I already got it sold. Because this one has been a headache for sure. So if you saw my previous YouTube, my vlogs, man, this house was in horrible shape. Like we really had to reconfigure this whole thing. You know, now we're in the sheetrock phase. You can see it got some life to it now. You know, you can see the layout. You can see it's an open concept. You know, it's 3,000 square feet, and you can really feel it because like everything on top of each other. So,
What is it?
this is a 4-3. 3 full bathrooms, 4 bedrooms with a bonus room. So I was gonna turn that bonus room to a 5th bedroom, but I decided for them to have an extra living space. You know,
Closet.
yeah. So yeah, that's the closet. But you know, once they finish taping and mud and everything, and we get everything sanded down, it'll be time to put the cabinets in. You know, things like that. So if you look at this house in this stage, if our contractors really, you know, put in that work, we'll be out of this in 4 weeks. And, you know, that's a relief for me because I've been ready to get this off. We've been having so much problems. The framers failed the framing inspection 4 times. 4 times they failed the framing inspection. Some of it was on their part, some of it was the city inspector nitpicking. So if you look right here, man, these are all the inspection tags for anybody that's new. When you're doing a renovation, unless it's a cosmetic flip, if you do anything with electrical, plumbing, anything when you open up the walls, the city inspector has to come out and approve you to go to the next step. So that's why this took so long, because first of all, they failed the framing inspection 4 times. We failed the insulation inspection once. You know, and a lot of it just be simple stuff, but once they come out, you got to put in another request for them to come out, pay another fee. That could take 4 or 5 days, counting the weekend. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? So if you don't pass your inspections, man, it can really set the project back. So make sure you vet your contractors and make sure that they know what they're doing, because failing inspection is gonna set you back.
And what's this for? Why is it?
Oh no, they gonna open this up.
Okay.
They just hadn't cut this up yet. But this is the door to the master. Let's go on in here. So this is the master. Door swing. That's gonna be the toilet. That's gonna be the shower. And you're gonna have a vanity right here. So this is the master bath right here. Yep, they have the walk-in closet. Yeah. So yeah, they'll cut this over because this will be the door to the master. Check out upstairs. So you get upstairs, and then you got this the landing, right? So you can get creative with this space. If it was me, I'd make this like my office. I make this like my office area. This is the bedroom upstairs. We're gonna sheetrock all that up.
Black bath closet.
That's a closet. Hey, I was just hearing. Well, yeah. They ain't mudded or nothing over there yet. Alright, let me finish this. Yeah, and this gonna be like the bonus room, and this the 3rd bathroom. So like, if you want to turn this to like a theater room, You got the bedroom over there. Like you got spots to go to. You know what I'm saying? So the shower gonna be over there. That's the toilet. You put a vanity there. And
this the bonus room.
Yeah, this the bonus room.
And this, okay, there's the bed.
Man, it's crazy because like once you sheetrock it, you really get to see it form out. Because at first, when it was just framing, I didn't think this was big enough for a bathroom. Right. But now I'm looking at it, I'm like, this big enough. Because you got the shower over there, toilet there, you put a vanity there. I would do like a barn door here. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't really got that. Oh, you can't really unless you open back here. That's gonna change what you can do out here. You know, but in 3 weeks, this gonna look even different. You know what I'm saying? Like if you saw this a month ago, she was, we were trying to pass the damn framing inspection. Yeah. So what questions you got like on the numbers or anything on this one?
On this one, I say you say you in this for 130. Where you bought it?
I bought it 130. We done probably put 170 in.
170. Ooh. So you had 200, 300.
Yeah. So we all in 300, and we got on the contract for 485.
Okay. So 185 profit.
Yeah.
That's if no other hiccups.
Right.
But I think there should be no hiccups now.
Yeah, because we done pulled everything, all the wall. Like the only inspections we got now is the trim out electrical and the trim out plumbing, and then they come back and give you your CO, certificate of occupancy, which means like somebody can live here. You know what I'm saying? So once they give us that, we close 2 weeks after that. But we got a pretty strong buyer. But if he can't close, I'm marking the price up. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. So yeah. But yeah, that's and this house right here, this changed my perspective on full guts. All right. Like for now, like at this point, I won't do a renovation of 80,000. I might as well just build a new house. Right. Because the 170 here, Willow only costs 100 to build. Yeah. This costs 170 to renovate. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it's damn near gonna be the same spread, less headache. Yeah. So, as you going through your journey, man, like you start figuring out what you like, what you don't like. Like me, I don't want to deal with no heavy lift. I want cosmetic or I'm gonna build new. Period. Like
starting off, you'll say, dude, go through this first.
Yeah, because you got to go through it because even though this was a headache, I got smarter. I know why they fail in the framing inspection. Now I know why they framing the insulation inspection. Like so now. I know what to look for when my contract's like, oh no, you got too many gaps in your insulation. Or the framing, like for example, you had to be like, I think it was 33 inches for the stairs. We failed it because it was only 31 inches. You know what I'm saying? Why? So now I know, like I can get my tape measure before I pay my framers, I need to make sure it's 33 inches within code. Because a lot of times you get workers, they mean well, but they don't know the code. Right. They just
throwing it up.
Yeah, they know how to
just
do it.
Give me a hammer. I'm gonna figure it out. So you gotta, like I said, you gotta know enough to be dangerous. Like you gotta know the code. Like
basically, once you seen this, did you have to go get with an architect first?
I should have. I didn't, but I should have.
Right.
And that's the thing too. Like, see, you already up on game. Me, I was just trying to visualize and piece it together like, okay, the 3-2, like working with the framer. But the framer not an architect. Right. A framer frame. Right. A framer just gonna go off what the architect say. Right. So what I did wrong was I went to the framer trying to figure it out. I should have just went to the architect. Right. But the thing about it, people don't want to spend that extra money. But this is the thing, we had to reframe this thing 3 times. So we paid the architect 3 times over. Right. And lost time. So you really can't cut corners. I wasn't trying to cut corners. I just felt like the framer would have knew what to do. But I got hit in the head, so now I know, like, okay.
Go straight to the architect first.
I let everybody play their lane.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? My new construction builder don't do my flips. Because it's 2 different worlds. Right. And new construction is really no surprises. Everything new, like it just steps. Right. Foundation, framing, roof, you know, your electricals and stuff.
Right.
But with this, you open up these walls, you gotta know how to maneuver.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just a different breed. But you know, that's one of the things I learned. Everybody can't do everything. Like, you know, motherfuckers say if you specialize in basements, specialize in basements. And you don't need to be doing my bathroom. You know what I'm saying? Like, but this is the thing, this is what people, like, these contractors ain't gonna turn down no money, so you gotta get good at vetting. You gotta know the questions to ask. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so, but it's all a process, man, and that's why I like documenting my process, because a lot of people online, all they see is motherfuckers highlight reels. And then you think you gotta be perfect. But I'm showing you the fuck ups too. Like, this shit ain't perfect, I'm still finna win. But this is life, this is real life. Like, yeah, they failed the fucking framing inspection 4 times. People ain't talking about that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm getting you the whole shebang. You know what I'm saying? The wins, the losses, the lessons, you know, so y'all, when y'all start doing it, you know, whoever watching this, you know, y'all know what to look out for. Because I ain't gonna make the same mistake twice, so I don't want you to make my mistakes. Shit, that way you get the way you going quicker.
Is it a certain, when you get your leads, is it a certain criteria you looking for on your search? Like, say for example, we doing wholesaling, and I'm looking for like a criteria search, say in prop stream. Is it any recommendations that you recommend in the search?
You know, I honestly, bro, I used to be really into all that, like high equity, you know, all that stuff, and I'm still into it. But going through that process, like, it was a step up for me. Like, now I'm in real estate development. Like, if for those of you just meeting me or don't know me, I started as a realtor. Then I started wholesaling. Then I started flipping. Then I started building. Then I started developing, right? So when I was in that wholesale stage, I was on prop stream looking for those high equity, you know, tax liens, different stuff like that. But now I got to the point where I got such a presence on social media that people just bring me properties. So to answer your question, you in the right space. So high equity, tax liens, divorce. I got one I'm working on now that's going to be a crazy spread if this guy actually signs. So we under contract. Everybody signed, but now the husband don't want to sign. So that's some of the stuff that you got to deal with divorce, probate, stuff like that. So the same thing I would say in all marketing channels, like direct mail, cold call, and all that, everything works. The same thing for, you know, what type of people to go after. You can get tax liens, you can get divorces, you can get probate, like all that works. You just got to find your niche. And sometimes the way you got to find your niche is to kind of navigate through it. Like, okay, I'm cold calling. Oh, I hate this. I need to outsource it, so I'm gonna get a VA. Door knocking, you know, that ain't my thing, so I'll pay somebody to door knock for me, or don't do it. Driving for dollars, okay, I got the Deal Machine app going. I can do that, because I'm in my car, I'm listening to my music, and I'm just riding. When I first started, I used to go out on the weekends and just go down every corridor. When I get off the interstate, I go down the corridor. After I go down the street, you know, both ways, I come back, get off on the next exit. But now, since I started that, now just in regular everyday life, I'm always driving for dollars. Because if I see something, I'm stopping. And if I see contractors working on the house, I'm jumping out on them too. Like, hey, I need a roofer, and I'm checking out the work too. You know what I'm saying? I need a framer. I need a plumber. Like, you always got to be constantly building your network. You always got to be constantly, you know, looking, keeping your eyes open. That's how I got that car wash development. Some guy stuck a sign in the yard. It wasn't even on the market, I don't think. You know, and everybody riding by. I rolled by and I pulled the trigger on it. And that's gonna be in my family for a long time.
I know how to be a father.
This right here is another new construction. We going for 329 right here. My project manager actually just built that. She just actually sold that last week for 319. So this is the way comps work, right? This is the same exact house for 319. I go 5,000, 10,000 over that. and mine is listed for $329. So will I get that? I don't know. It still have to appraise, but that's the comp right there. I know I'm at least get $319. At least $319. This is the same exact house. So this comp right here, like $319 is basically in the books. Whether I get $329 or not, you know, it still have to appraise. But that's just how comps work. So you come in, you know, that's the bathroom back there. You know, shit, you got the open concept. It's gonna be a 4-3. So you got the master down here, and you got 3 bedrooms upstairs.
Living room, kitchen.
Yup, this right here, open concept, living room, kitchen, and you gonna see a lot of that, because everybody going with the open concept now. Back in the day, it used to be a lot of walls.
Right.
Now people don't like a lot of walls.
Right.
They want to entertain. You know, I got the kitchen. I can talk to you while I'm in the living room.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, another inspection tag. This is the mechanicals. The electrical's rough in the past. Then, you know, this is the master.
How many square feet is left?
I don't know how much the total of the whole house is 1850. So I think we had about 170 a square foot. If my math right, we had about 170 a square foot. But you know, so the numbers on this: bought it for 30, bought the lot for 30, 145 to build it. So we all in at 175. Selling it for at least $319. I got a private lender on this though. So I gotta pay my private lender back, you know, hit 60. So my private lender helped me secure the property. So let's say, all right, so I paid $30,000 for the lot. I got a private money loan for $50,000. So I bought the lot for $30, $20 to start the first wave. I'm out of pocket nothing. So when I sell this, my private lender, he get his initial 50 back plus the interest, and I keep the spread just by operating and doing it.
Right.
And then I gotta pay my project manager another 18. But who cares? Because when you do the math, so we all in at 175.
That's not your money.
Yeah.
Right.
We all in at 175, and we let's say 320. We ain't gonna even say 330 like I'm gonna sell it for. So what's 320 minus 175? Let's see. 320 minus 175, which are all in. So that's 145 minus 60,000. I'm paying back to my private lender minus 18,000. So that's 67,000. But mind you, I'm not on site. My project manager is handling everything. I'm just overseeing everything.
Right.
So if I'm making 70 here and I got 14 projects going on, and I'm not the one hustling, bustling. I ain't going back and forth to Home Depot. Like everybody got their own strategy. This is how I wanted to do mine. Like I wanted to make my money from the office. I don't want to be out here hassling and doing all running around. Right. Because as I got this going on, I got developments going on. You know what I'm saying, and other stuff like that. So the numbers make sense to me. Right. Because it's an infinite return.
You bring home 67,000 just sitting in office.
Right.
Making quarterbacking, baby.
Yeah, I'm just quarterbacking. That's perfect. You said the perfect word. I'm just quarterbacking the whole play.
Right.
That's it.
Quarterbacking 67,000.
Yeah. And that's just one crib.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just managing the managers, and I'm willing to pay for that.
Right.
Because that little 18,000 most people try to save. What could you do with that time? I could be out finding another property that's gonna make me another 100.
Right.
You trying to save 18,000, you lost out on 100.
Yeah.
So you know, I try to approach this shit from a common sense level. You know what I'm saying? Like even though I say new construction take all like the guesswork out of it, like the surprises, I still that wasn't accounted for on my budget. I had to cut that tree down 4,500. and I still got to pay probably another $800 to come get his stump grinded out, or whatever the quote may be. So that's $4,500, and I ain't expecting to spend. And that didn't come out the budget, the recycle money.
Right.
So that's why when I say I'm not out of pocket my own money, I use my own money for when I got to come in and save the day.
Right.
Like I had to just drop $4,500 like that because we had to get it. We couldn't pour the footer until we tore the tree down.
Right.
You know, so because they couldn't have framed it. So it's gonna be some surprises. You just gotta be ready for it. So
the city owns this lot right here too.
Yeah, the city own all this.
Okay.
Yeah, and I tried to get it, but you know, like I said, the city, they can't even have their stuff at the auctions right now until they get they you know, that contract back that they let expire.
Right.
So yeah.
And so let me ask you this. So on these new construction, I see this electrical right there.
Yes,
right?
a temp pole.
Temp pole. You just call down to the what's they say you're doing a new construction or whatever construction you need a temp.
Yeah. So it's gonna be probably $500 to $750 to get a temp pole built. So you call the power company, they come out, give you temporary power, and then once you get your electrical done and passed, then you can get your permanent power. So yeah, that's a temp pole right there.
Every little spot. And I noticed when the lady said in the Riverside Drive one, that the electrical can't get cut on until it's done. So
you gotta get a temp pole. Yeah. And this house ain't yellow too, by the way. If y'all looking at it like why he paint the house yellow, that's just the color of the side. This house gonna be gray with white trim. Yeah, so you see how that's white with black trim?
Mm-hmm.
This one's gonna be gray with white trim. So, and like I said, once we get it off, it's gonna be a good day, man. After everybody paid off, I'll walk away with $77,000. If you want to subtract, so this is another thing people leave out, the expenses. So that's gross, that's not net, right? So you're gonna have to pay, if somebody brings a buyer, I'm gonna have to pay 2.5% for that. So on that, what's that? Let's say that's $15,000. So you subtract that, then the holding cost. My holding cost $1,500 a month, took 6 months to build. That's another 10. So we probably down to 50 after the real expenses, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of people leave that out, like, oh, I made $77,000, but you ain't factor in the expenses. That's a false sense of security, because I'm paying out of pocket every month holding costs. When you got hard money, which I'm using, you got to pay that 1% every month. So you got to account for that. Like in East Lake, I got porta potties out there. Like that shit $100 a month. Like if you don't account for that, your numbers off.
So on your hard money, you saying you're doing it, do you factor in that when you tell them, like when you go into your hard money, right? You saying, okay, we're gonna take the other over there. It won't say we want 60 for it. We're gonna put 50 in it. It's 110. So do you ask for that 110, or you be like, I need at least 130?
You can ask for more. Yeah, as long as your numbers are good,
right,
you can ask for more. So let's say you only need 110, you could put a contingency in there for 130. You'll just be paying 1% on 130 instead of 110.
Right.
Like, yeah, because I do that all the time. That's, quiet as it's kept. Yeah. That's a way that you can kind of get paid up front.
And that's why that's why I never heard that one.
Yeah.
Put the contingency, I heard you.
For surprises.
Right.
So basically, like on this one, I got a contingency. But usually I pull my contingency out on the first draw. So I can have room to move.
So what you mean?
So let's say my budget for this was $145, right? So I probably got a $10,000 contingency in there. So it probably only costs $135 to build it. The other 10 is contingency for me for surprises.
Right.
So my first draw, I can be like, hey, I need my contingency. So they're gonna give me what I draw, basically like what's finished, plus that 10. Okay. But don't go shopping with the 10.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like you just keep the 10, so when shit arrives like that, you can drop it off.
Right.
Because the more you talk to these hard money lenders, the more you gonna get, the more you gonna get savvy with how this shit works. Some of them, they about business, they ain't gonna be on the phone long. But people like Chip, he like to talk, man, he gonna give you the whole game.
Right.
Because the thing about it, if you learn it and you start flipping, that's constant bread for him.
Right.
Because he get paid off every loan he do for me.
Right.
So, I mean, if everybody was like that, it'll be gravy because it's like, you can just call 10 people and just really like get the whole scope of how this shit works. And everybody's numbers gonna be different, but you know, you'll get the gist of it.
Right.
So, but yeah, shit. We didn't even get to hit everything today. I'm probably
You
about
missing
to.
one?
Yeah. We missing 3 on.
Real.
But yeah, you know, this shit, it took longer than I thought.
Yeah.
But shit, next time I come back, we'll just hit them 3. And that's gonna be a day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's because it's another development, a flip, and 2 more flips. Yeah. But yeah.